Good morning. Something a bit different today. We're going to answer that question that I see on so many forums. I've got £100 to spend. Can I buy a detector? What one do I get? People tend to get shot down in flames when they ask that question. Oh, you can't get a detector for that much money. You need to get this, spend this much. Some people genuinely only have £100. Or thereabouts, because you can, there's a bit of leeway with that. And I think, or I hope, I've found a machine that's fulfilled that niche, but some people won't like it because it is the G2 Technetics clone. There will be people saying that, oh, you shouldn't encourage the Chinese knockoff machines. I do agree. I bought this one second-hand new. As you can see from the bottom, it hasn't been used. There's not a mark on it. So I haven't put money directly into the manufacturer's hands, if you like. But you can pick these ones up for about 100. Well, they do vary depending, because you can buy them on Wish, AliExpress, Joom, and a multitude of other sites online. They range horrendously from about 130 up to £300. Depends where you get it from. But the question is, can I get one for under 100? I paid exactly £100 for this. And the reason I paid £100 because they don't have a volume control. This one has had the volume mod already done on the box at the back there, because the volume on this is all, well, it's all, you can't have nothing, it's all, and it's really loud. My headphones, most of my headphones I've ever had don't have a volume control, so it's nice to be able to adjust the volume. And if you don't use headphones, again, you can adjust the volume. So it's had the mod done. First thoughts, it feels really good. It doesn't feel any worse, actually. I slated the build quality on an Equinox. I stand by it. I don't think these things are going to last too long, and the amount of people I see that swap out carbon fibre and have to change the locking screws on it. So yeah, but then we're going for lightweight. This is definitely lightweight. It looks a bit of a Garrett kind of Technetics hybrid. The arm cup, the shaft, and especially that coil look very Garrett. Although you can't use a Garrett coil on this. They do a different coil, I think. God knows what it's called. But yeah, I'm probably not even going to look into changing the coil, because it just says metal detector. This one, I think the name is, if I say it right, I'm going to butcher it, Xiaosun, the TX850, that's what I know it as, if you can pronounce that better than me. Yeah, and apparently they've cloned the circuit board within from the Technetics G2. I have the owner's manual for the Technetics G2, which is worth getting, because it's probably written much better than you would have got with this. I don't know if one comes with it. You can buy these as a bundle with headphones and a bag, but again, I don't think it's worth it, because the headphones will probably be really trash. They probably spent all their money on cloning the circuit board in here. First look at home. I had a quick go at home. I've got nothing to compare it to because I don't have a G2, but yeah, this has actually got some features on it. I did a video a while ago, or some time ago, where I bought a machine from Lidl. It wasn't a clone or a copy of anything, it was just a cheap 50 quid machine. It was alright. It would fall apart within a year probably if you used it a lot, but it was good just to get that feel for the hobby, especially if you did beach, because you don't, in the summer you don't have to go particularly deep. So you can just get a feel for the hobby without spending tons, and that's the idea with this. I'm hoping people could get, you can pick these up second hand but not very often, so you're probably going to be looking at spending around £100, maybe 120, depending what deal you get. But we're going to go through this, have a look at some of the settings, because it has some decent settings for a cheap machine, and then I'll do a separate video where I've done in the past, do a bit of a hunt with the Equinox or a different machine, and then I'll flag out the targets that's found. It's not a comparison video, it shortens my time hunting. I know I'm going to find stuff with that. I could just be wandering around in a field with this and find nothing, and you don't know if it's the machine or there's just no targets. So I always find it a bit fairer if I go out, flag the targets I found, don't dig them, so the target could just be trash. But it's kind of a real life test because there's iron in the floor, mineralisation in the floor, and then we go take the targets, take the flags out, go over it with this machine, and see if I would dig it with this on a it's hard to do a proper real life test unless you just go hunting, but yeah, see if I would dig it with a cheap machine. What we'll do, flip you around, we'll have a closer look at it, we'll go through some of the settings and how I'm going to set it up, and that will be that for this video. Okay, well there's your basic screen. You've got your power and your gain, threshold, and then you've got disc mode, ground balance and disc level. You've got a pinpoint button in the middle, which does actually do something, and it doubles up as a ground grab or ground balance. So I've had a quick test at home, gone through the manual, never used this, so we'll get through it together. It takes one 9-volt battery. On the side you've got an 1/8 and a 1/4 inch headphone jack, so it's nice to have the option of both. There's my volume mod on the back there. And then you've got the input for the coil. They got some locking, there we go, retainers on there, and on the underside you've got the usual push-in buttons to adjust the shaft length. It feels okay, it doesn't feel too badly weighted. Foamed arm cup, which does look a bit Garrett-like with your Velcro strap. Right, let's wang it on. Turn the volume up. Presume it's up. I'll get a target out in a minute, and yeah, well there's your gain. It would increase or multiply the strength of the signals. Too much gain, and you don't want it too high, you want that optimum, so I'm going to leave it in the middle, like 12 o'clock if you like, and I should be able to pick up some of the smaller, weaker signals, and then I'll adjust my threshold, and yes, the threshold does work on this machine, and you've got a threshold of -40 to +40, but I want it just on that hum. I'm going to ground balance obviously first, and do all the other settings first, just on that hum, and you get that optimum spot, and it controls the audio level, and it will amplify just the weaker targets just slightly better. Well, that's the theory. Yeah, this button here is threshold, and well, it says all metal. If you click it down to the bottom where it says disc mode, it will actually discriminate, and you can use the disc level on the plus and the minuses, and you've got your band at the top, and you can take out anything that isn't marked. You can take that out, like nails, or if you had a specific target in mind. I will probably hunt in all metal. The downside is every time you turn it off, you've got to reset this up. It's not really a problem. I don't know if that's the same with the G2, but I'm not going to go and buy one because they're a lot of money, and this isn't. So I'll probably hunt in all metal first, and then I'll get used to it, and we'll take out some of the iron. We're just hunting all metal, and there's your target ID, bang in the middle. Over here you notice you've got ground mineralisation, and that will give you, I don't know if I can do it here, when you do, there's the ground, yeah, there's the ground balance, it will give you your ground phase. You can see it's just gone up 1, bring it over here, and when this number, because you can manually adjust this as well, when they stop fluctuating too much, that's when you've got your ground balance set. And you can, I don't know if you can do it here, yeah, you can set your ground balance here in very small increments, it goes up in in 0.10. So I'll reset the ground balance when I go out. But it's nice to have that option on a cheap machine. When they stop fluctuating, you know you've got it. It's about 60 here. And then you've got your ground minimalisation here. The gain, as I said, I'm going to leave there. If you want to pinpoint, you do have to switch it back down to disc. And it actually gives you your depth. And I presume that's in centimetres. Not actually sure. I'll find out in a minute. But that's your depth on your pinpoint. I've got a target. It's just there. It's a button. So, got your signal strength on the left. This actually is registering on that arc at the top. Plus you've got numbers. See if we can pinpoint. Let's have a go. Yeah, that's actually a centre of the coil as well. Now they claim this machine can go down 22 centimetres or 26, something like that, which I've seen adverts for cheap machines and they claim to get 9 feet. So again, that has in its favour that they're not trying to sell you something that is obviously just not going to happen. This one, as I say, just there, that's a small target, that's a small button. And we're getting that at about 4 inches. It is flat. It's just there. A little button. So I'll be happy. 4 inches, little button size. Should be picking up the big pennies and the bigger targets fairly easy. You've got your battery indicator there. That's obviously on 9 volt. I'll have a quick squiz through the manual and I'll see if I've missed anything. I don't think I have. That's your threshold. I haven't got any iron because I could show you how to. If I find, I'll have a root around, see if I've got a bit of iron in my bag, and see if I can show you how to discriminate out iron nails. Right, didn't take long. I found myself a lump of iron, and we've still got just under here the button. And this is what the iron sounds like. I'm going to do this. This is nothing discriminated out. And then what I'll do is reading 28, we'll discriminate out just above 30 on the scale, and you shouldn't get anything. It will still come up on pinpoint, which is fair enough. You get nothing, doesn't even detect it. And we'll try the button. That's a good sign. It's not behaving peculiarly. So you can drop the disc down. If that was just under 30, you get like a two-tone shade. I don't know if it comes out on here. You get from there is dark tone, and then there is a lighter shade. And you're going to get, I think you're going to get a low tone. Yeah, you do get a low tone still. And you still get a high tone on that button. So I'm going to try a bit of both when we go out. Other than that, I think we're good to go. Initial thoughts? I like it actually. I will probably keep hold of this machine, and if my lad wants to come out, which he doesn't very often, I have a cheap machine sitting in the cupboard that isn't gathering dust and owing me a ton of money. This is a £100 machine. On a good summer, I could recoup that and some very quickly. How long it lasts, I don't know. How well built that coil is and the shaft and such like, don't know. I don't know if that's waterproof. I'd try it just for fun, but I wouldn't guarantee it. It does come with a coil cover, which is underneath there. I very much doubt it's waterproof. It won't be waterproof from there up. This has been opened to do the mod, but yeah, this isn't waterproof at all. So yeah, we'll take it to the beach. We'll do some dry, some wet. I'm on a big, horrible ploughed field today. It's not flat ploughed, as you can tell. I've got a bit of pasture. We'll take it to next week or the week after. Yeah. Right. Stick around. Watch the actual detecting video. I'm going to do one now, but that'll be separate. And we'll see how this bad boy gets on. So if you want one, it is a TX850. I'll put some links in the bottom. Have a look. You'll find these all over the internet. eBay, Joom, AliExpress, Wish, you name it. They're flogging them. Cheap as chips. Let's see how we get on.